Hi there, this is Liz Jennings, Employer Engagement Specialist from CareerForce. Welcome all of you to today's virtual career fair, August 10th, 2020. Before we get started, just a reminder, you can ask questions of every single presenter in the Q&A box. Just type in your questions and then I will be reading them after every presenter talks about their company. We do have subtitles enabled. You can turn on this closed captioning, the CC, down at the bottom in the little CC box, and then the gear wheel, you can choose your language. We've got English, Arabic, Spanish, Swahili, or Thai. And please sign in the form in the Q&A area. I've given you a link there. Just click on that and then enter in your first and last name and your zip code, just as if you were signing in if you were walking into an in-person event. I use that and mark you as attended in our Minnesota Works. Today, I'm so happy to welcome a couple of people from the printing industry. There are a lot of jobs going on in the printing industry, and they're looking for help. They're looking for you. We have folks from Print Industry Midwest, Nahan Printing, LSC Communications, Japs Olson, and Thomson Reuters Core Publishing Solutions joining us today. First up is Nahan Printing, and we have Ashley Rogge joining us today. Let me get to our slides. Ashley, are you here?
I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I will just kind of take it from here, Liz.
Go ahead. It's all yours.
Sounds good. Perfect. Well, welcome, everybody. It is a pleasure to kind of speak to you a little bit about Nahan Printing today. We are super excited that you joined us today, and we hope that you come for a job and stay for a career. If you want to hit next. So we're just going to talk a little bit about kind of what Nahan is, where we come from, and a little bit of our history. I'll introduce you to some of our leadership team, and then kind of the candidate that we're looking for and see if you're a great fit for that. I also want to talk a little bit about how we're the employer of choice, and then we'll go over some positions that we're hiring for and then our benefits as well. So with Nahan, we were actually founded in 1962 by Jim and Helen Nahan. They started the company in their garage and grew it from about 15 employees, and we've seen incredible growth. So we're about 350 employees strong right now, and we still kind of hold on to those family roots. So I guess the biggest thing for me and my favorite part about being a part of the Nahan family is that it feels like a family, right? That kind of trickles down through everything that we do. I love that we do we do a whole United Way campaign in the fall where everyone is kind of excited. We pie leaders in the face and do a potluck and all those fun things. And the Nahans really take pride and back that for us. So we have Mike Nahan, who is our owner and CEO, his brother Danny, who is also an owner, and then their sister Tracy as well. So kind of a breakdown of our leadership team. Again, Mike, he is a Nahan. He's second generation. He's our owner and one of our owners and CEO. Then we have Kurt, who is our COO, Chad Koss, who is the Director of Human Resources, and then Mike Sherman, who's the Director of Manufacturing. And then also we have our VP of Sales, John Klum, Marty Kaufman, who's our Director of Finance, and then Aaron Weeks, who oversees more of our IT and customer service. So all those individuals, it's super nice. If I have a question, I just walk over to their office. I can walk into Mike Nahan's office and kind of pose a question that way, or just go have a conversation and ask him how his weekend was. So it's just a really great feeling to be part of that family-owned company. We're definitely, we're an award-winning direct mail company with an emphasis in inserted mail, self-mailers, and catalogs. So what that means is, like, when you get something in the mail for an advertisement for a sale going on, that's kind of what we print. We print high fashion catalogs. So we have consumers like Neiman Marcus and Dillard's and Patagonia, and like more of those high-end retailers who we print for. And then we also have the state-of-the-art equipment that you would be working on. So you can click next. We're an employer of choice, and we're really super excited about this recognition that we received from the Print Industries of America. We were voted in 2020 as their employer of choice, and that's just because we offer a really awesome competitive benefits program. We have multiple shifts available, so either if an 8-hour traditional shift works best for you and your family, or maybe that 12-hour shift that you only work half the year, which is really nice. If that works best for you, we have those available as well. Our wellness committee really puts an emphasis on not just your general health, physical health, but also a bunch of other ones like your physical, financial, and just overall well-being health. We do an anniversary and birthday program recognition program, excuse me. That's pretty unique. So every birthday and anniversary that you celebrate with us here at NAHAN, you receive a gift card from our HR department, and we go out and recognize everyone's special milestones every month. We do on-site catering for our people so that they have different variety of vendors that they can choose from on their breaks. And we are part of a local employee discount program, which is kind of cool. And the advancement opportunities. Another thing that I love about NAHAN is that we love to promote from within whenever possible. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're looking to grow your career, we're a great place to start or advance your career. And then we do a lot of employee treats because we like to treat our employees. Go ahead and next. So we're hiring for a variety of different positions. If you have a background in print, that's awesome. We would love for you to come in and meet some of our department leaders. But if you don't, that's okay too, because we love to train. We were actually awarded a large grant from St. Cloud State that gave us access to go ahead and train individuals that are really passionate about what we're doing. So we have entry-level positions and we also have skilled positions, but really the ideal person that we're looking for, and if you fit this description, we would love to talk, or I would love to talk. If you're a problem solver, if you're mechanically inclined, if you just have a general drive to kind of move up within the company, give me a call, because a lot of those skills can fit into our different positions that we have open. So like I was talking about our flexible schedule, we have seasonal and weekend and part-time hours available. We do a lot of different flexible schedules within our hand fulfillment department. And that's kind of great if you're a college student looking for a side job, if you're someone who just wants to have a very flexible part-time schedule. That's a really great opportunity. We also offer the traditional 8-hour shifts within a variety of our departments, and then we do that 12-hour rotating shifts. And if you have more questions on that 12-hour rotating shift, it's a little bit kind of confusing, so definitely reach out and we can talk about that. So just to kind of give you an overview again of our benefits, we do offer a Well at Work clinic, which is kind of cool. That's just for our employees, and they are they're able to call and get in same-day appointments for a low, if any, copay to go see that physician. We do offer health, vision, dental, short-term, long-term disability insurance. We do a retirement 401k with employer match, and then discretionary bonuses and a ton more. So a lot of really cool things that we offer for our employees. So I just want to thank everybody for your time again. If you have any questions, my name's Ashley. I can be reached at the number listed at 320-251-7611. Otherwise, the best place to start if you wanted to start a career with us is to apply online at nahan.com/careers. And then your resume gets automatically forwarded to me so I can take a look and just mark in there that you heard about us at the career fair.
Good. Thank you very much, Ashley. One question did come in. Where are your production facilities located?
Sure. Well, we have one location right now. We're in St. Cloud. If you're kind of familiar with, I don't know if anybody knows where Mr. Twisty's is. They're open now, so that's it's a good place to go for some ice cream. Mr. Twisty's, or we're right behind Blue Stem, over more on the Wade Park side of things.
Do you ever have people from like the northern suburbs of the metro commute to the positions? How far do your employees come from?
Absolutely. So we have people come from, let's see, Maple Grove, Buffalo, Bram, let's see, North Branch. We have a lot of people come and travel to us. It's a pretty easy commute because it's straight highway. We're right off of County Road 75 as well. So it's a pretty easy, you don't normally have to go through St. Cloud. Through Division, you can find different ways to come around that's a lot quicker.
Good. Okay. And does NAHAN employ project managers or marketing assistants? One caller is a digital marketing media production project manager, including print collateral.
Sure. So absolutely. We do a variety of different services for our clients. So it's always great if you have the kind of that background to give me a call and see if we have anything available. Right now, we're gearing up kind of for our busy season, which is going to put a lot of emphasis on our production side. So that's kind of why I'm playing those positions up. But we do have a variety of different positions in our HR department, in our sales, IT, and all those different kind of departments.
That's great. And are there any positions that are off-site, or is it all on-site work?
So right now they're all on site, but with the current situation kind of right now, we really put our employees' health first, and making sure that we have those different practices put into place. So some of our people are working off-site right now, some of them are working on-site, but really it's kind of a mix with everything that's going on.
Good. Thank you so much for being here today, Ashley. And Ashley will be around to type in any more answers to the questions in the Q&A area if anyone has anything specific to NAHAN.
Absolutely.
Great to have you.
Liz.
Yeah. We're going to jump to Steve Bonoff now. Steve is president of Print Industry Midwest Association. He's a true advocate for the print industry, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about what we're seeing in the Midwest area. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate being here.
Yeah.
We do represent companies just like NAHAN, and I've met Ashley, and she's terrific, and it's a terrific organization. We represent companies like NAHAN across the Midwest, and I'm excited to tell people about what the industry is all about, because what we like to say is that print really is everywhere, and that it's really an industry that is much more than people know. So if you go to the next slide, there are 6 primary industries of print, and what oftentimes is people think about print as it might be newspapers or it might be books, and they think that that type of print is in decline. And so they equate being as print as not a vital, vibrant industry. But in fact, print is actually growing. And now there are certainly some segments of print that are changing, and there is less newspapers. In some ways, there's less print in a variety of channels. But you know, print is actually growing in a variety of ways. So, for example, commercial print. Everything you get in your mailbox is produced by a printer. And you know, back when the digital internet was really coming to life and people thought, I can reach more people cheaper. And you know what? They're right. But what happened? What happens is that people don't react to the same level of emotion when if they're not seeing something and hold it in their hand. And that's why you see that your mailbox is starting to fill up again, and where it declined for a while is because that tactile equation is really important. And so there's a massive amount of commercial print going on today. Then consider walking into a grocery store. If everything that you looked at was yellow and white or black, and it all had the same imagery, it all had the same print, or perhaps it was even just one big bulk order store, how exciting would that be? No brand recognition, no vital information, nutritional information. That's the print industry. How about driving down the road, seeing giant billboards conveying a message that you might have an interest in? That's the print industry. How about a cap or a shirt that you're probably wearing right now that's conveying something about yourself? I mean, where would the Black Lives Matter message be if people couldn't share it? That's really about the print industry. That's all under the same umbrella. How about the tag and label? If you walk into a grocery store and you pick up a can, or you pick up a can of or a bottle of Tide, that's the print industry. Even in your phone, printed electronics, that's the industries of print. So it really is more than you know. You can go to the next slide. Another thing that people ask us about is print really green? Well, it absolutely is. There are more trees on the planet today than there was in 1970 in the first Earth Day. We grow more trees than we harvest. We use vegetable and soy-based inks to reduce waste. And more than half the energy that's derived from print is done from recycled material. You'll be surprised to see, because you can't really see it from the road, but many printers have solar panels on their roof. They very much care about being responsible and being green, and that is the print industry. Then the next slide. So, who buys print? Well, it's every type of business and communication company you can imagine. Whether it's your public health, getting the information that you need to keep yourself safe, whether it's walking to a grocery store and seeing the social distancing protocols, or making sure that you have the right information on all of your food packaging that might be right for you based upon your nutritional needs. It might be legal information. Think of all the government information about how the government is impacting our lives today. That's really critical information that we have and that we need, and it's all based in print. And then, of course, the healthcare, there's pharmaceuticals, financial institutions. Every organization today utilizes some element of the print industry. Next slide. So what does that mean to you? Looking for careers in print, there are so many different types that can support whatever is of interest to you. You might be creative. You might be a problem solver. You might really like color and all things visual, or you might be very technical and really excited about the digital forefront. Or you might really be a great manager or a future manager that you like to communicate ideas and strategies. Or you maybe just like to work with your hands. All of these positions are really found within the print industry. Next slide. So, for example, if you really are on the creative side, well, today a printer has to help their customers develop what it is that message is going to be. And they might do it in far more ways than just print, because many companies today who have print as a cornerstone of their offering are also a graphic communication company, and they're actually helping their customers communicate in many, many different ways. And some of those ways certainly are digital as well as in print. So if you want to be a graphic designer or an illustrator, you want to be an art director or an animator, those jobs are available to you, and some of them are really high-paying jobs. Next slide. Or they might be technical. You might be really enjoying all the UX and the UI, the lean manufacturing, how to be a print estimator or a project manager. Those jobs are available for print today. And some of them, as you can see here, maybe up to even $95,000 for a lean manufacturing, $125,000 for UX designers. And there's a lot of database work that's going on. And so if highly technical work is for you, the print industry is as well. Or like I said in the next slide, you really want to maybe perhaps work with your hands. You want to trade and be able to turn that trade into a long-time career. So that might be a pre-press specialist or a press operator, or you might be in the bindery where you're bringing, helping print to market, or it might be dealing with the mail and the postal elements of bringing production through a plant. And the next slide, there are a variety of ways to get a career in print. There are ways to be at an entry level where you don't need a lot of education. Our members are skilled at training their employees for a long-term career, so they take novices, or you could go to become more of a mid-level and go to some level of trade school, get training programs, and then also there are at colleges and universities offering extensive graphic communication courses to help you enter the industry at a higher level. And in the Midwest, there are many companies hiring today. And you're going to find many of those available right now on our website at pimw.org/jobs. And you'll always find companies in the Midwest marketing their jobs at the PIMW website. That's my presentation, but I'm happy to answer any questions if they've come in.
Thank you, Steve. We'll have you here for the entire hour, and after the other presentations from the companies, we can come back to you too at the end to wrap it up all together.
Sounds good.
Let's welcome now LSC Communications. We have Mike Pretzel here today with us to tell us a little bit more about LSC in Maple Grove, I believe.
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Liz. Good morning, everyone. This is Mike Pretzel from LSC Communications. I'm the Human Resources Manager here. And I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to join us this morning for this virtual printing job fair hosted by CareerForce. And I do have to give a quick shout out to Liz and her team at CareerForce for taking the time to put together this virtual job fair and their outstanding job promoting it. And CareerForce has been a great business partner for LSC Communications over the years as we work to fill our numerous open job positions. Next slide, please. All right, a brief history on our company. LSC Communications is actually a fairly new company. We were founded in October of 2016, and what happened was R.R. Donnelley & Sons, which is one of the world's oldest and largest traditional printing companies, split into three separate companies: R.R. Donnelley, Donnelley Financial Solutions, and LSC Communications, hence we were born. LSC Communications is a global leader in traditional and digital print-related services, and office products. We produce everything from traditional printing products such as books, catalogs, and magazines, up to offering digital online solutions for our customers. And that's why we like to say we're grounded in print, but focused on the future. We serve publishers, merchandisers, and retailers. And in addition to printing, our services also include e-services, warehousing and fulfillment, and supply chain management. We serve over 3,000 customers around the world. We are headquartered in Chicago. We have close to 20,000 employees in North America, the US, Mexico, and Canada, and close to $4 billion in annual sales. So we're a good-sized company. Next slide, please. So LSC Communications has one location in the state of Minnesota, and that plant is in Maple Grove. A little bit more about our plant here in Maple Grove. We opened in 1985, and we've completed multiple building additions over the years. And we also have made and continue to make various equipment upgrades so that we remain competitive. We're over 315,000 square feet. We have close to 400 employees, not including temp labor. And we're very proud of the fact that our employee workforce, on average, our employees have over 18 years of service in our plant here. We produce 1 billion pieces of print product per year. We have 5 web offset presses. We have 18 saddle wire stitchers and 4 inline quarter folders. And we are very mindful of our impact on the environment, like Steve had referenced, as we are proudly, we hold 3 separate forestry certifications. Next slide, please. So So in Maple Grove, we primarily produce catalogs here. We do some direct mail, but most of our business here is catalog printing. And we produce many of the most familiar household catalog names in the country. Some of our customers include Dell Computer, Schwann's, John Deere, and Room and Board. Chances are, if you have a popular catalog in your home, we probably printed it here at LSC in Maple Grove. Next slide, please. So there are many great printing companies participating in this virtual job fair today. So why LSC Communications? Great question. First and foremost, we offer competitive starting pay among the best in the industry. And we recently rolled out a $1,000 sign-on bonus for all of our new hires, and that's payable after 120 days of calendar service. We have many opportunities for overtime. We actually started our busy season. We are fully loaded. We're unable to take on any new additional work for 2020, so we are very busy. And most of our current open positions do pay overtime, time and a half, after 34 and a half hours per week. We have a very lucrative employee referral program. Once you're hired, any candidate you refer to LSC, we will pay you $1,000 for that referral, and that's after 90 days of service. Applies to both friends and family, and there is no limit on how much you can earn under our employee referral program. We offer a full benefits package, including company paid time off, company paid holidays, and 100% company paid short-term and long-term disability. We offer outstanding room for advancement. Now, as we all know, not many folks are entering, new folks, are entering the printing industry, and there's a limited number of external training programs. So in order for us to not only support our future growth, but replace our aging workforce as more and more people retire each year, we need to develop our internal employee population. So we have some outstanding employee training and development programs. We promote and we promote from within, and most of our skilled and craft positions are filled internally. So we do promote from within. We have, once again, going back to our employee longevity, the average length of service at our plant is 18 years, and it's not uncommon to find folks that have worked here at the plant for 20, 30, even 40 years of experience. Once you start at LSC in Maple Grove, you like it so much you tend to stay here. We offer flexible scheduling. Now, we have a standard weekly rotating work schedule. We work 12-hour shifts, and then you're on for 4 days, you're off for 3 days, etc. And that does take some time to get used to, but after a while, people tend to like that because you get extended time off after working multiple days in a row, and you're not working every weekend. And we hold state and federal work contracts, so that makes us an affirmative action, equal opportunity employer. We are a diverse and inclusive employer. We have employees from 26 different stories who have lots of great stories to share. Everyone is welcome to join us, whether you've worked in printing before or you're new to the industry. If you go to our careers page, you will see that we have multiple current opportunities listed. Now, if you've never worked in printing before, not a problem. We fully train. Like we said, we would bring you on board as a material handler 1 or 2 in our press and bindery departments. This is a great way to get your foot in the door, and this is where we have the greatest need right now is entry level. Starting pay for these positions is $15 to $16 per hour, plus 50 cents an hour if you're put on the overnight shift. Then we have experienced printing positions like bindery and press operator and roll tender. And those positions, starting pay is based on qualifications and experience. We will pay you for your experience. And then we also have an electrician position posted and a forklift operator. Starting pay for those positions is also depending upon qualifications. Okay, if all of this sounds good, we invite you to apply for employment with us. Our application process is fairly straightforward. Please visit our company careers page, and we have the website address listed there. You can also just forward a resume to HR to get the ball rolling. And we don't want technology barriers to prevent anyone from applying for consideration. So if you do not have internet access or reliable internet access, please don't hesitate to reach out to HR. And we will set up a time for you to come on site. We'll get you set up on one of our computers and assist you with completing your application and get you going on a plant tour, etc. Your HR team is listed there. It's myself as your HR manager, and then Pang is our HR coordinator. Those are our direct lines and our email addresses. You can reach out to us at any time. We're located in Maple Grove, right off of Highway 69, about 20 minutes from downtown Minneapolis and St. Paul. And please make note, we are having an on-site job fair tomorrow. As long as the weather holds out, we will be outside in front of the plant. We'll be set up. Please join us. No appointment is required. That job fair is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can meet and greet us, take a plant tour, schedule an interview. We'll be giving out complimentary bottles of water, and you can enter our raffle prize drawing for a big screen TV. And that's all I have. I'll turn this over to Liz now. If there are any questions?
Yeah, there are a couple of questions coming in. About specific positions, do you have any customer service or customer support opportunities?
Sure, great question. At this time, we do not, but I do anticipate that a couple retirements will be coming in by the end of the year. So even if we don't have the open position in customer service posted, please forward us a copy of your resume, and we're building our pipeline, and we'll keep in mind for any future openings. So we do anticipate kind of towards the end of the year that we will.
Good. And another viewer is interested in getting into the printing industry. This person has a certificate for automotive maintenance and electrical, and they were wondering if you have any need for mechanical maintenance people.
Yes, with maintenance, we do all of our own maintenance on site. We're always looking for electricians and maintenance mechanic technicians. So yes, please forward us a copy of your resume.
And what's your approach to hiring older workers or hiring workers of all backgrounds? There are a lot of job seekers who aren't just young.
Right. I love that question. So in order for us to fill our open positions and continue to grow, we need to think outside of the box, and that includes recruiting and hiring non-traditional printing folks, I would say. So we've had people that have retired from us and then come back to work part-time. Like I said, we fully train. So if you've never worked in printing before, regardless of your background, we'd love to have you join us.
Good. And then we're getting a whole bunch of other questions, not a whole bunch, but a couple more questions about very specific things. And we're just about out of time. We need to move on. So what I'm going to suggest is all of the people who have sent a question that I can't, that we can't answer right now, like what the person about creatives or pre-press or print estimator, why don't you just email Mike directly at michael.pretzel@lsccom.com. Is that correct? Yeah.
Thank you, Liz.
So then, yeah, and Mike, you can be directly in touch with all of the job seekers. There's a lot of interest in your company.
Great. We're excited to hear that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for being here. And then let's move on and welcome the Japs Olson Company team. We have Alex Elfs and Daniel Bedore with us today.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having us. It's actually just going to be me this time. Okay. Dan was unable to get with us this time, but okay. No worries. I'll definitely let know how it goes. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for having me again. We'll get started about Japs Olson Company. All right, so Japs Olson Company is 110 years old. We've been privately owned and operated by the Bedore and Murphy families for that time. We actually just built an expansion of 200,000 square feet, so our facility is now a total of 720,000 square feet. And that's the only facility that we have here, located right in St. Louis Park, right off Excelsior Boulevard and Meadowbrook Boulevard. So we have over 700 employees, and just like everybody else out here, we do direct mail, catalog, and commercial printing. All right, so I mean, why Japs Olson? There's 4 or 5 other printing companies around here, and they're all just as great as us. I mean, we're all trying to be very, very great at what we do. But why Japs Olson? The first thing is our extensive training program. So what we have just recently adopted is certificates that are just owned by Japs Olson. So what we'll do is we'll train no matter who you are or where you come from, what background you have, as long as you have 6 to 8 months machine operating experience or manufacturing experience. We'll train you and get you certified on each machine in your department. So whatever you want to choose, whatever route you want to go as far as your career goes, we have a extensive training and certification plan that'll make sure that you get there and that your career grows. And then obviously the more you learn about each of those machines and the more that you learn about the company, we'll pay for that. And we want to keep that type of talent at Jeff Olson or even in the industry. And that's the biggest thing too, is training everyone so that way their skills are transferable not only to Jeff Olson but to other companies as well, and then making the printing industry even stronger that way. You'll be paired with a mentor, a trainer, to learn your specific role. So like has been mentioned before by other companies, each one of our roles is entry level. Obviously, if you have previous print experience, we'd love to talk to you, but every single role is entry level, and every single department has a training program. You get medical insurance the first day you start. We got a 401k, health savings account, and then a life insurance policy as well once you start. We have a referral program too that we just kicked off. It's $500 for each referral once they have worked here 30 days. And then after that, there's no limit as well. So as many people as you know that want to come work out here at JO, we'd love to have them and we'd love to train them. These are just some of the examples of what we do here at JO. Like most of the other companies that have spoke already, like I said, direct mail and commercial print and stuff like that. But self-mailers and direct mail is most of the bulk of what we do. So the envelopes that you'll get, or the postcards that you'll get, or the credit card envelopes that you'll get, that's mostly what we do here at Jeff Olson. That's the bulk of the work that we do. And we're proud to do it just like everybody else that has spoke already. You know, it's basically a one-stop shop for all of our customers. We also recently just purchased an envelope department, so we have some envelope machines to diversify us a little bit more, so we can print our own envelopes now, make our own envelopes, and then do everything all in shop here. All right, so some of the openings that we have here, we're looking for bindery operators, press operators. We have commingle openings, and then we also have openings in our envelope department. And then two that weren't on there that I forgot to put on there were customer service representatives, and then we are also looking for maintenance technicians. Now the starting pay is all dependent on your background and skill. There is no flat line starting pay for anybody, but as anyone from 6 to a year of machine operating experience is anywhere from 14 to 17, like I mentioned, depending on the skill and where you had been working. And then, like I said, it's all entry level in each one of those departments. And it's all we're all able to train you on what you want to go for. So it's all based on what you want to do and how far you want to take your career and where you want to go at Jeff Olson. So we'd love to have everybody come out and apply. My information is on there. My name is Alex, and then Daniel's information is also on there. You guys can email us directly with your resumes if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can go to our career page, and all the openings are on there as well. And then you can go ahead and apply, and just if you would maybe make sure that you put that you were from the career fair, so that way we can document it. We'd love to get in touch with anybody who's looking to get started on work.
Hey, Alex, for those of
Yes,
us not in the print industry, what is a commingle opening?
Perfect. So commingle basically is almost like a sweeper. Like we have a department that has basically a row of these envelopes that's finished products that'll basically come down a line to your station. You'll go to that station, you'll grab those envelopes, and then you'll put them in the mail tray so that way they can be shipped to the post offices across the nation. So you'll be standing on your feet. It goes by pretty fast, but those are our 12-hour shifts. You'll be standing on your feet, basically walking in between the finished product and the mail trays, grabbing the finished product and putting them on the roller so they can get shipped out to the post offices nationwide.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Minimum age, is it 18 to be hired? And do you need a high school diploma? Can someone get a job without a high school diploma?
Absolutely. So you don't need a high school diploma to work for us. We actually have over 30 different languages on our production floor, so you don't need to be English speaking first. ESL people, if you have English second language, that's totally fine. We have translators and trainers that are also translators in many different languages, spanning from Vietnamese all the way to Karen to Spanish. So you do not have to be English speaking first.
Oh, that's great to hear. And how often do you have more mid to senior level positions open in the management staff?
So that that one's a tough one. A lot of our management staff has been here for over 20 to 25 years. And then we also do that. We also promote within, but there has been sometimes some outside hires from different companies. So it just totally depends on how motivated the person is. So you can come in as an entry level person, like our CEO. He's a great story. He came in, had no idea what was going on. He went to print school for 1 year and then came here and started in our pre-press department, and then worked his way all the way up to our COO. So it does not matter. It just all matters on the individual as far as how far you want to go and where you want to take your career. And like I mentioned before, the more you learn, the more you earn here, and we really respect those people who are going to be taking in that information and using it. So
yeah, that's a good point. And maybe some of our mid-career people on this call might just have a conversation with you about their background.
Exactly. Yep.
And whether there's a different sort of position that they can start with.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah, well, hey, this has been fantastic to have you here today. People can reach out to you, and Dan, the email is on there, and you'll be around. You can answer a few more questions via the Q&A area.
Yep.
And glad to have you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, let's move on to Thomson Reuters Core Publishing Solutions. We have Jill Keller joining us today.
Hi, Liz. Hope you can hear me.
Yes.
All right, great. So hi, everyone. As she said, my name is Jill Keller. I work as a recruiter at Thomson Reuters in Eagan. I've been with the organization for 10 years. So Thomson Reuters is one of the world's most trusted providers of answers. And part of our organization, Core Publishing Solutions, delivers superior value by providing our customers with indispensable information, insight, productivity tools, and services that help our customers succeed. We started as West Publishing back in 1872 as a storefront bookstore and publisher. West quickly began to revolutionize the legal marketplace. In the nearly 140 years since, we have not stopped providing our customers with information and tools to help them succeed. In 1996, Thomson merged with the West Publishing Corporation, expanding the reach of the company and enabling continued growth into different sectors of the marketplace. In 2008, Thomson West purchased Reuters, creating the company that we are today, Thomson Reuters. We are not your typical book production facility. Our publishing background gives us a unique understanding of the needs of our publishing customers, and we provide publishing solutions that work to some of the biggest names in the industry. So our global team of over 25,000 employees has operated in 75 countries for more than 100 years. We prioritize giving back to our communities. Our employees logged over 116,000 volunteer hours in 2019 and matched more than $1.7 million in employee contributions. For the 8th consecutive year in 2020, we were awarded the HRC Best Place to Work for LGBTQ+ employers for diversity in 2020. And then Core Publishing Solutions is the 6th largest book manufacturer in North America. So we print over 18 million books a year in our 1.3 million square foot facility in Eagan. We have 397 employees in Core Publishing Solutions. The Eagan campus has about 5,000 employees total, so it's like a small company within a larger company. The book industry is a steady industry within print. Our state-of-the-art book manufacturing facility has invested $15 million over the last 10 years, and we are making a $12 million expansion. We're putting in a new HPT 490 color press. We're getting another new Allegro digital binder and 2 Next presses for covers. And we've remained open during COVID and have many safety measures in place. We're focused on building an inclusive and diverse workplace in which everyone is valued and has an opportunity to reach their full potential. As part of our commitment to diversity and inclusion, we have 8 employee networks that foster an inclusive environment around the world. There's the Asian Affinity Network, the Black Employee Network, Global Disability Employee Network, Pride at Work, the Veterans Network, Women at Thomson Reuters, and the Thomson Reuters Early Careers Network. And then listed on the slide are some of our awards. If you're interested in applying, please visit our careers site online. We're hiring for both conventional and digital equipment. Our number 3 press operators and bindery operators start out at $16.50 per hour with a shift differential of $2 per hour for second shift and $3 per hour for third shift. We have a $2,500 sign-on bonus until August 31st of this year. And we have a comprehensive health coverage with benefits that are effective day 1, so there's no waiting period for those. We have 3 weeks of vacation per year, 6 sick days, 9 company holidays, 3 floating holidays, 2 volunteer days. We have a 401k employer match, 4%. And then we also offer an employee stock purchase plan where you can buy Thomson Reuters stock at a 15% discount. So I guess the last slide is just my contact information. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm technically on vacation this week, but I'll try to check my email at least a couple of times a day. And then obviously I'll be back next week. So that's it.
Great. Thank you, Jill. Question, has Thomson Reuters been incorporating any apprenticeship programs, whether on the production floor or on the leadership side, to help employees with skill development?
Not that I'm aware of, but I know that they really value being able to kind of promote from within. So I'm sure that if there isn't a plan that is kind of more formalized, that there'd be the opportunity to kind of job shadow potentially, or just, connect with others that may be in a different department or, in a different area if you would want to look at moving within the organization. Typically, we have a 12-month policy where after 12 months you can apply for another position within the company. However, they have made a change to that now where after 90 days you are eligible to look at other opportunities. For example, if you were brought in on, let's say, the second shift and you were looking to move to the third shift, after 90 days, if there's a third shift opening that becomes available, you could apply for that. And then our shifts, first is 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Second is 2:30 to 10:30, and third is 10:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So we work 7.5 hours a day with a 30-minute unpaid lunch break each day.
That's good. And how big is Thomson Reuters' recruitment team? Because obviously we know that it's a large company.
Yes. So I would say there are at least a dozen recruiters that I work with within the United States. So I think there might be a question whether there's maybe some marketing positions or other types of roles. So because there are different recruiters that work for different parts of the company, the best place to go would just be to look online. And then if you see a position that you're interested in, please apply for that, and that recruiter can follow up with you directly. I know that other parts of the company have kind of slowed down a little bit with their hiring due to the coronavirus, but I'm very happy to say that with printing, with Core Publishing Solutions, we have continued on and been hiring throughout this time because of that investment that we've made to purchase new equipment to try to increase the number of books that we print. We're trying to go from 18 million books a year up to 22 million books a year.
Good, thank you. And then specifically, about the roles of print estimator positions or graphic arts positions, do you have any of those openings that you know of?
Not that I know of. I know there were candidates that were interested in pre-press, and unfortunately, we don't have any openings in pre-press right now. But there could be people that are looking to retire, down the road. So definitely keep an eye out for those positions to become available. And a lot of our employees, like some of the other companies mentioned, have been with Thomson Reuters their entire career. So 20, 30 plus years, and some are going to be looking to retire soon.
Right. Yeah, I've known a couple of people who've worked at Thomson Reuters right out of college and then continued their entire time.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you. It's it's great to have you here. If you would just address some of the other questions on the Q&A, that would be fantastic. Yeah, just to address those, and then everyone on this call, feel free to reach out to Jill too. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to invite Steve, if he's still on the call, to come on back and talk a little bit more, other thoughts, Steve, about the job market when it comes to graphic arts and marketing and all of those other components of the printing industry. What are you seeing?
Well, what I'm seeing is that people who are coming into the workforce, that they don't really see print as an exciting opportunity for them, and that's what we're really trying to convey. Is when you look at the companies that are on this call, these are amazingly efficient, forward-looking, and important companies nationally, producing so much amazing work for huge brands all over North America. And it's based right here in the Twin Cities, and certainly in the Midwest. And we're probably the number 3 epicenter for print outside of New York and Chicago. So it's really an amazing opportunity to join a very highly advanced manufacturing business. And so that's the kind of thing that we're hoping that people can understand, is that, whether it's, as I mentioned, whether it's packaging or wide format or textiles or labels or and all the different types of commercial print, that this is really a terrific opportunity for you to get a trade today. I think there's the conventional wisdom now is really starting to shift away from needing a 4-year degree and a massive amount of student loan to go out and actually join an industry to get trained and to really make a long-term career. And this is an industry that is that opportunity. On the apprentice side and the training side, I want to make sure that people know that why it is an advanced manufacturing industry, there's a lot of digital technology, and that type of technology is being trained on a regular basis. People are coming in, getting the requisite training so that they can be successful. We're building a national apprentice program. It should launch this fall for 2 positions to start, and that's going to be bindery technician as well as offset press operator technician. And so, we're right now we're starting to get the word out, and we hope to be able to get more young people into our industry from a variety of elements all over the country. And then once we have their interest, our goal is then to make sure that they have the requisite training to be able to get a high-paying job. Because as Mike said at LSC, those press operator jobs, those are very sophisticated, high-paying jobs. And so we want to do more to have more people have that as an opportunity. So we'll be launching that, as I said, over the next coming months.
That's good. Yeah, and someone had asked the question earlier, just a point of clarification, Print Industry Midwest is the association that operates as a bridge between all of your companies and our companies in the upper Midwest and the job seekers, correct?
That's right. So we're part of a national federation of affiliates all over North America that represent totally about 3,500 print service providers. And so our association represents print service providers in Minnesota, in Iowa, in Nebraska, and the Dakotas. And so on our job board, that's where you'll find opportunities for positions in our region. You can find jobs in other regions through other trade associations similar to Printing Industry Midwest.
Good. Yeah, thank you so much. This has been a fun week for me to get to know all of the printers and talk with you more, Steve, and hopefully all of the callers today will consider, taking a look at the print industry if they haven't already been in it up to this point. So thank you for being here. I'm going to just jump to my last slide and remind people that each week we have a different virtual career fair. Next week, we've got another lineup that I'm looking forward to. Again, 10:30 next Monday morning. Oops, here we go. Sorry about that, my screen. Jumped. Okay, now everyone on the call will be able to see the screen. But the companies that I have lined up for next week are Minnesota Judicial Branch, Tafco Equipment, Taylor Communications, Unisom Comfort, US Bank, and Wells Fargo, specifically their mortgage divisions. So it's going to be a great conversation. Always go to CareerForce, to the virtual and interactive services for career seekers page to find out more information. And also we have an events page as well. This is the banner slide that will take you to the link to all of the events that we're organizing. And if you haven't already, work with a job counselor in your local area. You can go to the CareerForceMN.com locations page and find a job counselor who's going to help you get to that next step, get you those applications and companies that fit you. And if you haven't already, follow CareerForce on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. All week and all weekend long, our staff posts information on upcoming events, and you'll get up-to-the-minute information about CareerForce by following one of us on social media. So thank you for participating. Thank you to all of our companies. Thanks to all of the job seekers who have participated week after week. And please be in touch with me or with the CareerForce Help Desk if you need any assistance. So goodbye.